Zastava M70a. Nice. Alright, so I've been a fan of pretty much any Russian military firearm for as long as I can remember. They all appeal to me, they're all cool looking, they just look rugged and unique. So I've got quite a big collection of AKs now. You can see my Zastava Krinkov set in here. This thing is heavily modified. I'll make a separate video about that at some point. But I've always kind of eyeballed the Tokarevs, and I shied away from getting them because I knew that it was hard to find the Tokarev 7.62 pistol round. And I've heard from several people that it's pretty much super expensive. There's a squirrel, holy shit. Anyways, get away! Anyways, this is very similar to the just plain old War Relic original Tokarev design, except for the fact that it does have a longer grip, and that's because it holds a 9-round magazine for 9mm, and the size differences between the rounds make it necessary to have a longer frame. But this is really not that big of a handgun. The sights are very simple to pick up, and a lot of people have said that these are pretty much rip-offs of a 1911, and that's not the case at all. What they're more a clone of would be the Model 1903. If you look up the Browning Model 1903 handgun, it shares so many design features. And normal Tokarevs don't have this safety up here, and I honestly don't trust this safety a whole lot, because it does like to, if it's not completely unsafe, it will actually fire anyway, so I don't really trust that. I carry it condition 3, which is the loaded magazine, and then I don't keep one in the chamber, so I would have to rack the slide if I were to need it, but I feel safer about that. I don't want to blow a hole in my leg or something. And I've been carrying for a little around a year, so I've got a few different conceal and carry guns, and I'll kind of compare them to this. I got this thing for about 220 bucks, and I got this Springfield XDS for I think $5.50 or something like that, and they both hold 9 rounds. You can put one in the pipe if you want, makes 10, but I don't do that personally. And you can see that the height difference, it's pretty much identical, and lengthwise the Tokarev does have a longer barrel, but other than the grips here, the Tokarev's actually the smaller gun as far as width and stuff. So makes this a very ideal conceal and carry gun. So if you're looking for a good first conceal and carry gun, I would look into Tokarevs, because they feel great. You can see that the angle of the grip is a bit sharper on the Tokarev than it is on the XDS, and that does make it awkward when you shoot it the first time, but you just have to remember to pull. Let me see here. You'd want to pull up a little bit, and you get used to it pretty quick. The sights are easy to pick up, and I really like how simple they are. The XDS has the green sight. I modified this XDS a bunch, made it my Boba Fett gun. It's green. It's got the green sight, and it's got the Mandalorian slide plate cover. So this is like my cool customized gun that I did. But I also have carried this Taurus Model 85 38 Special, and this gun is the only one I've actually bought a holster for. I got a Barsony holster for the Model 85, and I have used it for every gun that I own. I mean, look at this. XDS fits in there perfectly. I carry my XDS in it all the time. And even the Tokarev fits in there perfectly. So this is the only holster I've ever owned, and it's done perfect. It's inside the waistband. So if you can't find a cheap holster for the Tokarev, look up the Barsony one for the Model 85. I think it's only like $6 or something. And it's got a real soft material on the inside, so you're not going to hurt your gun or wear it excessively. These Tokarevs are blued, so you'll need to keep a light film of grease or oil on it every once in a while, just so that it doesn't rust, because they will do that. I'm going to shy away from Duracoating it or anything, because I've heard that can lead to problems, and I like just the plain black look of it. But this is a beautiful gun, and it's extremely accurate. I was shooting at around 50 yards at an 8-inch steel plate, and I'll post some footage of that here at the end of the review. But my XDS would have trouble keeping the range and accuracy that this Tokarev can do. It's pretty amazing for as old as a design it is. And I think a lot of the reason that this is so accurate is because Zastava completely machines everything, and they're super precise. Zastava does not play around. They're not a cheapo company. They sell firearms for very good prices, but you get a lot of quality with them too. So Zastava is awesome. I'd recommend, if you're looking at a new conceal and carry gun, if you're new to carrying, or if you're new to firearms in general, this is a great gun to get. It's simple, it's reliable. You can see that the barrel drops down, and it does have a bolt hold open, or a slide hold open, just like a 1911 or a 1903 or a Browning high power. It's real easy to operate, just your thumb. And I love the design of this. Yeah, I'll dry fire it a couple times. And don't worry that I'm aiming at that house over there, because we own that and there's no one in it. So don't think I'm aiming at my neighbors or something crazy. But that's pretty much all there is to talk about this gun. So I'll just show some shooting footage, and hopefully you guys can decide on your brand new Tokarev. Thanks for watching. A little high. There you go. Good hits. It does have a tendency to shoot high just because you have to hold it kind of screwy. You ever try ambidextrous shooting? That's what I was doing. One mag with the right and then a mag with the left. How far away was I? Like maybe 20 yards, 10 yards. I think 10 yards is the distance they do the matches at. I love this thing. It's a badass freaking handgun. It's the Russian 1911.
I actually probably should left-handed. Like I'm left-eye dominant.
I am too, but
Everything feels normal when you're right-handed.
yeah, I don't shoot. I shoot either way, but I prefer right-handed shooting even though I am left-eye dominant. I don't buy into the whole eye dominance thing. I can shoot just as good either way. It really doesn't affect me at all. If you shoot a lot, then you'll end up that way. Although it is hard just using one hand or the other. You'll find that your dominant hand you're more accurate with when you're doing one-handed shooting. Hey.